Everyone.
So, last time, uh, you all, uh, got to Kresk, but
Stop it.
they allowed all the people that you rescued from the werewolves in, but they did not allow you all in. One, because you're heavily armed, and two, you're complete strangers. Um, and uh, one of the guards says one of the ways you could earn their trust and to get entry into the city is to recover their missing wine shipment from the Wizard of Wines winery. Um, so, uh, gasp. Um,
Slash Sark isn't like a command.
With the period before it.
so
Sorry.
you all did indeed head to the Wizards of Wines winery. As you were going down there, an old man motioned you from the forest to come hither. And when you approached, he explained that he was the owner of the winery and it's been overrun by druids and blights. You guys are being ridiculous. So you all went in and cleared out the blights successfully. And having returned, he told you a little bit more information that the reason why grapes can grow in that area and grow pretty well is because they had these magic stones that essentially make the ground fertile. And they had 3 of them, but over the one was stolen decades ago, and they have no idea where it went. Another one was stolen a few months ago, and then the last one was stolen about a week or so ago. But having freed the winery from these blights, you all accompanied 2 of his sons to Kresk to deliver this wine, and that granted you entry into the town. Kresk is a walled town. It is starting to be gripped by the clutches of winter. It is pretty cold. There's snow on the ground. Up on the hill, you can see a large abbey that has some steep switchbacks going up to it. The 2 sons bid you farewell as they go off to deliver wine to various houses. And you are invited for dinner at the burgomaster's house in Kresk. You all entered. It is. Let me find their names. One moment.
But
So, I thought it would be in there, but I need the actual book.
You good? You good? Quick question.
Mhm.
What was the place that did they mention like the direction where the culprits of the whole wine thing escaped to?
You saw like the last druid head south from the winery.
Yeah, but did they confirm what was south of there that we were suspecting?
Yeah,
of?
they told you that Yester Hill is south.
Yashta Hill.
So the winery is here.
All right.
And you all saw a druid run south. You couldn't quite catch him. And the Mardikovs. Mardikovs? Yes.
Mardi Gras.
Confirmed that like that is where like the forest people live essentially.
is this?
So, the current burgomaster of Kresk is Dmitry Kreskov, and his wife is Anna. And then they have a son who is about 14. His name is Ilya. Anna is just finishing up making a large pot of stew. And Ilya is staring at the stew, waiting for it to be served. Please have a seat.
I
Well, we have our seats.
Yeah.
have
Alright,
a
cool.
seat.
I
Yeah.
will do no such thing.
I do remember them offering food, and at least I accepted. Is there like any indication that there's food being settled somewhere, or a waitress is bringing?
Yeah. Anna takes some bowls and ladles like this hearty stew into each for whoever wants it.
Did we leave on a conversation? Like, were we talking about the sun or something?
I think one of you asked like, is he okay or something like that, because he's like, when the stew is set down, he like immediately starts digging into it, and it's a little gross and scary. And he's like slightly pale, but as Anna sets down the bowl in front of Dimitri, says, "Thank you, dear." Ilya, it's okay. You have to forgive the guards. We don't get many outsiders out here.
It's only
Hope you-
fair with the situation outside of us.
Hope you understand. But you've done a great deed. Pretty much all of Barovia
We-
survives off that wine.
There's still possibilities of getting more.
That's
They
excellent news.
mentioned they had these stones to generate, to enrich the soil and make more.
What
However,
what
they
was
were
happening?
stolen a while
What was
ago.
happening down at the winery? We didn't get word.
Some difficulties with druids and what have you.
Blights.
Yes.
They made a mess of the whole place. And I imagine they
is-
were also the ones that stole the stones.
It is concerning.
We did
And,
see them go south.
I believe what's south of the winery?
Just the hill.
That's right. I have not been down there by myself, but rumor has it that's where various forest folk and outlanders tend to gather. These stones, you say they enrich the soil. You know what happens if the stones are gone?
Well, I could only imagine it could go worse. But there's also the possibility that the stones themselves were used to guide and control those flights. So, could be used for something worse. What was it
Possibly.
about that? What was it about that staff? I believe Ulrich got a better eye on it.
From what I remember, as soon as I destroyed the staff, all the blights were taken care of. The other druid flee to the south, and if my memory serves me right, I don't know how long the druids might have been there at the winery, but the last stone was taken not but a week or two ago, maybe more, but the
You
first
you
was
guys would
long
have
ago.
solid information on that, so I will find it and give it to you.
Okay.
The first stone was stolen like 10 years ago.
Like a long time ago.
The second stone was stolen 2 weeks ago.
No, months. Second stone was stolen months
let me just
ago.
double check here.
And the reason why, and the stones were the one that like actually helped land grow.
Yeah, they were what was making the soil fertile.
So I'm not
I doubt they control blights, personally.
blight control.
Yeah, I'm imagining it
Practice.
was the staff instead.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the staff for sure. But I don't think the stone would have any control over blights outside of the staff.
Is there
That
any
doesn't
evidence
make sense
of
to me.
where the staff came from?
If you all remember, as soon as that staff was destroyed, it like screamed, and all the blights around just like kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, once I destroyed the staff, all the blights were taken care of.
I was unconscious teleporting around when that happened.
Which was funny.
So good.
I was
So the first
playing
gym was
dead.
stolen 10 years ago. A month or so ago, let's see. A month or so ago, the forest folk were acting strange, like in the woods, and there are rumors that they were gathering at Yester Hill for some reason. And 3 weeks ago, so almost a month, 3 weeks ago, the second gem was stolen. And they said that that one can most likely be found in Berez. And then a week ago, the winery was attacked. And during
Where is
that
Perez
attack,
in Barovia?
the last gem was stolen.
Okay.
Oh, wait, so
Um,
there's 4 total. There
three.
was 10
Three
years ago, a
total.
month ago, 3 weeks
So
ago, and
10 years, 3 weeks ago, and then about 5 days ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beres.
Mhm.
Have we heard about Beres before?
Um,
Name sounds familiar.
I am not sure. It may have been mentioned in passing. You do have people who might know.
So, have you had any problems with the forest folk, those druids, recently?
Not us. We got these walls and our guard to protect us. The reason we keep the gate closed.
Good on you. You don't want to deal with what they dealt with. But there's a chance that that's affecting other places too. They did mention not just Chester Hill, but some of the stones were stolen a while ago, and one of them they mentioned that it could be in Beres. I'm not familiar with the lay of the land. Where would that be?
It's interesting. Brez is many years ago. The town that was Brez was drowned by the river floating out of what's the lake's name? Flooded by the river flowing out of Lake Zarovich.
So that's like Saravich. Is that nearby Ravenloft?
No, it's just north of Valaki.
Oh,
It was
don't want to go there again in a while, but we have to.
the lake wasn't named after our current despot.
So, is this flawed? When you said that was many years ago, the one in Beres winter, that was 3 weeks ago, right?
Yes.
It's strange that they would gather on an abandoned town. But I suppose that's a good hiding place for them. Is it entirely underwater?
I remember the when Brez was mentioned. It was way back when you were in the village of Barovia, when you picked up Irina. And you got the rumor or the side quest that a woman named Mary's daughter went missing or ran away. And Irina thought that she's either dead or she ended up in one of the covens around Beres.
Oh.
Well, technically, I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, but for everyone else. But there you go.
Got it.
That is the only thing you've heard about Beres.
Okay. Flooded, and there's a possibility of a little girl running around over there.
You also know that yeah, you also know that that girl's not quite little. She's actually about 30.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, I remember that now that he said that
30's
she was
still
little.
young.
She was like 30, but the mom was weird.
And like didn't
Something.
let her go
It was
outside.
Yeah, it was like.
I'll have to point out that 30 is still extremely young.
Youthful,
What is it?
in fact.
Yes, very, very youthful.
Yeah.
Someone's
Copium?
coping.
Her
Yeah,
name
they-
her name is Gertruda. If you
I
want to
swear
know.
she's in my notes too. Her name and
Probably.
all.
Yeah.
Sorry, we take Gertrude. I think of Gertrude's cat. No one knows.
All right.
Jeez.
That's all
Well, setting
very
that aside, do you
very
have any
concerning
plans?
news.
Setting aside, do you have any plans to deal with this, or is this something you want to send people to do? Well, I guess to start with, did you have any prior predicaments?
Before we go asking around to help out an infinite amount of people with an infinite amount of things to do, we may finish at least one or two of our original things.
To answer your question, we're only safe here because of the vigilant watch of our guard and the walls and being overlooked by the Abbey of St. Markovia. Outside the walls is incredibly dangerous. And to be honest, we don't get outsitters. You're the first in decades.
But you get them just for trade at the border, like the wine and such.
We have been getting regular shipments from the winery. But I
Are
don't know what you mean by borders.
by the walls, I mean.
Hmm.
I'm just worried about certain carriages from mysterious people that perhaps we should not speak of. But I understand
I am
you
aware of
need to
the
keep your walls closed.
I am aware of the superstitions in Palaki.
Hmm.
And he is, well, certainly evil, but Strahd's name doesn't hold the kind of power that they believe it did.
That's good. Well, to the hell with
So,
the devil.
certainly.
We are actually here mostly because of him and to find a way out. So we're trying to figure that out currently. As well as, keep the lady safe. And I just look at Arena.
Dimitri looks over and just nods at Irina. You, have been here for a while and have survived outside of our walls. You seem quite capable. I'm afraid that retrieving these gems might lie in your hands.
That's fair.
Unfortunately, I can't
Aside
spare
from
people going on such a dangerous quest.
I mean, aside from figuring out how to get out, there isn't much to do. Unless y'all want to be brave enough to go out to his gates.
Anna just like comes over with like another 2 bowls of stew and sets it in front of Ilya, and he just pulls one over and just like leans over and is just shoveling it into his face.
How does the food taste?
Oh, it's great.
Good. Trying to put.
It has like heavy meat chunks and potato and onion, and it's a hearty, delicious stew.
Ooh. Haven't had dinner. Question, Winter.
Mhm.
Where we had a note. We had notes about like Strat's diary, right? That's
Mhm.
accessible in the
You have Strahd's diary.
Okay.
I thought we left it at the tower.
Is that the tomb of Strahd?
I
Or?
don't. It is the Tome of Strahd. And it has.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Let's
it
see.
doesn't
There
have
is
the
a
text in the-
handout.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I don't know if you. I don't think you left it. I think one of you has it.
I thought we left it because it was the one thing that Strahd couldn't get into, and I thought we left it.
The castle.
Maybe.
I could be completely wrong. Castle.
Sorry, the
wizard's
tower.
The tower. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember.
I could be completely wrong. Like, I just thought we left.
We
I
can
need to
check on
reread
blood
that
later. I
handout
guess.
sometime.
Well, the thing is, the other thing we were looking for is for that sword. Sergei's. We don't want to take on too many things at once, but the fact is that there is something out there that we must find. And finding those stones is enough incentive to get out there and find it. We may be surprised.
What's the name of the sword again?
Just that cursed sword that Sergei brought.
So if you remember a long time ago, when you received your card reading,
Yeah, I was looking at that earlier.
you don't know what it's called, but she described it as a sword of sunlight. And the card you received for that one was the Six of Coins, the beggar. A wounded elf has what you seek, though he will only part with it if his wishes are fulfilled.
Ooh, okay.
Did I pen those? I don't remember.
You did.
There's some stuff that I wasn't present for. I think that's one of them. The one
No, you
about
were.
the
You were
tarot
present for the
cards.
card readings.
For
Or
the elf?
were you?
Oh,
You were.
really?
Mm,
At the Vistani camp near Valaki?
Yeah, I was. I think it was like. No, I wasn't in Bastani camp. I was like in the road after.
it was a
That's
Vistani
way-
camp near Barovia, the village of Barovia. Way over here at Searpool.
They weren't.
Yeah, I think you joined somewhere like up here. But
Hmm.
this is where Madam Ava gave you that card reading. At Searpool. What are you down here?
Hmm. We don't know if these stones will help us out on the quest against Strahd. But should we mention about what we received? That invitation. This is to the party.
No. Not
Okay.
in particular.
So no one wants to do that.
No.
Because I don't.
Particularly.
I
You think we're giving them?
kindly refuse the offer by ignoring
Well-
it.
Well, then. Our best leap then is the Sun Sword.
Sun sword, the stones, and a possible missing child. That isn't actually a child.
Well, the child we can combine with one of the stones. Since we did hear both were nearby. Does anyone have any tales here about a certain sword? About Sergei? About the sun? I know in Balaki some worshipped an aspect of the sun.
The yes, the Morning Lord. The Abbey of Saint Markovia is dedicated to him. I I don't know what this sword is that you speak of, but if it is made of sunlight, as you suggest, it sounds quite useful to fight against
certain vampire lord.
Hmm.
You mentioned your city's safe from the walls, the guard, and your saint.
Certainly.
Is he available to talk to? And I'll put my holy symbol on the table.
The Saint Markovia died fighting Strahd, but the abbey is overseen by the abbot. He's done us a great favor. Ilya here, a few months ago, got very sick. And passed. But thanks to the abbot and his faith, we have our son again.
I see that it's a process that's still ongoing.
Do I know what process he's speaking of?
I'm just looking at the sun while saying that. Because we mentioned it was kind of weird.
Anna speaks up now and says, he's recovering. He's been back with us for about a week and a half.
So Eric, this process, this is the same religion that you practice. What disease is this?
Disease?
Disease is called death.
Yeah, the
Oh.
disease is death.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
it.
know about disease, but how much-
Give me
I don't, because I can cast Revivify, but I don't
Ju-
know.
just
'cause
give me
Elric
a
wasn't taught by,
religion.
like, clergyman.
a religion check.
Sure. I'm decent. Oops, wrong name.
Yeah. There are magics, and particularly divine magics, some of which you have divined, through just your efforts in becoming stronger and your kind of stubborn half faith in the Morning Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Like Revivify, there are most certainly stronger spells that can bring the dead back to life.
Yeah.
So he was one of those stronger things was probably used on Ilya, because reading between the lines, he was probably dead for a few months.
A bit.
Yeah.
The bones. Well, from what I do know, well, even I could possibly bring the dead to life. It's the feat he accomplished, is something a bit more powerful than what I can muster.
The abbot
Whether
is
it be of faith or just magic ability.
the abbot
I'm
is a
unsure.
man of great faith and power. If there is any question you might have about this sort of light or the history, he's been here longer than even I.
What's his name again?
We simply call him the abbot.
Yeah, but what's any questions there? I look at my scars. I just like pull my shirt a bit. I have a few questions about returning to the death that I'd like to ask them.
I'm certain they would have a satisfying answer.
I just nod, looking knowingly,
Uh,
knowingly to.
Anna puts a fourth bowl in front of Ilya as he digs into that as well.
At this point, like, can I get a read on Ilya at all? Like,
You can give me an insight check.
or
I
don't
also
have-
kinda am doing that. I kinda want to do that specifically for if they feel similarly to me when I first returned. Inside.
Elric, what are you trying to discern?
I'm trying to discern if this is like because they were dead so long, it's like they're trying to catch up, or is this like some after effect? Maybe they're an undead. I mean, I have a way of straight out finding if they're an undead, but it's just not available at the moment.
I mean, he's certainly alive. Like you can tell just by look at him. Like the paleness is probably from having been dead for so long.
Mm.
Like he hasn't spoken really at all, mostly because he's been busy stuffing his face.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Nothing seems
You're-
wildly off outside his appetite.
Yeah.
'cause
No,
when I'm
he seems
getting-
like a
okay.
a normal healthy boy, as healthy as you can be if you've been dead for 2 months. But yeah, his appetite is for
Yeah.
most definitely abnormal.
Okay.
As for you, Graves, it's different than like what you're seeing is different than what you experienced. You didn't feel a great hunger or anything like that. So either your experience isn't universal or he's not like you.
Got it.
And it says, if you're done, we have a few spare rooms. Unfortunately, we don't really have an inn here in Kresk. We don't get too many visitors. But we do have a few spare rooms here if you would prefer to stay.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We can talk to the Abbey after we wake up. We had a tough day.
How late into the day is it? I know it was.
Oh,
like,
it's
dark,
it's
or
after
getting
it's
dark.
after dark. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
you guys like rolled into town as like it was getting dark.
Yeah. All right. Well, some rest could do a few of us good. There were quite a lot of blights.
It sounds terrible and scary. You all are quite brave for rescuing the winery.
Braver, stupid.
There ain't many options out
Stupid
there.
part.
Eh. Well, I think we'll
I'm
take
just-
take up that offer on staying the night.
We thank you for your courtesy.
It's it's truly our pleasure.
I head off the table, cleaning my plate, and I head off to my room.
Elric's getting seconds.
Yeah, there's. I mean, you have been served more during the meal and the conversation. If you all had wanted some. But you all are shown to a set of 3 rooms upstairs that are unoccupied. They're surprisingly warm due to the hearth downstairs, despite the chilled air outside. But they're comfortable enough.
We all like separated and ready to go.
Yeah.
I don't know if it matters who's rooming with.
Oh, just
I assume.
yeah. Who are y'all staying with?
I
I don't
assume.
wanna like, since I went early, I actually wanna lock my door.
Okay.
I assume Elric will stick around Irina because he knows his magic is effective.
I was gonna say with Irene, so this is great.
That's gonna be awkward.
Isaac will be with 9.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
I was wondering what he was doing this whole time. I was like, is it Isaac with us? This like
Yeah,
monstrosity.
he's like he's a large man, but he's like kept his like fiendish arm like covered and like close to him, like as if it's like in a sling or something, as to not alarm the Kreskovs. But cool. So there's a very crowded room. Graves is by himself, and 9 and Isaac are in a room.
Yeah.
Unless anyone has objections.
My intention is to do a little ritual.
Okay.
You do you, buddy.
Yeah. I'll just do it
What are
over
you
the
doing?
long rest. Alright, so I want to take my spare board again.
Mm-hmm.
But this is both to like kind of like get my spells back, but also like I take it out and I lay out my possessions around it, specifically all those related to Randall IP Graves, the investigator.
Mm-hmm.
Randall, I'm frankly lost. I don't know if I'm you anymore, but I need your expertise. Spirit, if you're holding my soul, push me to where I need to go. Anything at all.
Go and roll a spirit board check. Not quite the direction I was expecting, but I like it.
Wisdom or charisma?
Do wisdom.
Right.
Roll.
Actually,
mhm.
can I add talisman to this? Or wait, no, talisman is only one hit.
That's for
So-
failures, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did not fail. Nothing happens with the spirit board. Like you move the planchette and like the figure 8, waiting for this spirit of Randall to to pull and tug and guide the planchette in a certain direction. But it glides smoothly over the worn and stained board. But you look up and glance out the window of your room, and through like the frost that is gathered around the edges of the pane, it's perfectly framed around the abbey. And as you're looking at it, you hear a single toll of its bell, and it seems like a good place to go.
No, that felt obvious, but I do want more answers about that spirit, about my purpose. That I would better have some, but if not, I look at the planchette. I better hope Markovia's remains are there. And I end my rest. Not sleeping for half of it.
We'll skip over to 9 and Isaac. 9, are you doing anything?
Probably ignoring Isaac as much as possible.
He's just like sitting on the ground. He's giving you the bed.
What a good brother.
And he's just like sitting on the floor, his back against the wall, just like facing the bed, but he hasn't tried to start a conversation with you.
Oh, this is awkward.
You did it.
Yeah, well, here we are.
No, it's awkward because I didn't choose the room with him.
Lie in the bed you made.
Well, I didn't choose the bed. He chose the floor, so.
It's really funny because he didn't choose any aspect of this. So it's even more
I
funny.
didn't choose to your brother.
I just wanted to
I
be
was the
a
first time in
sad,
love
a
with
sad
this
orphan
fucker.
boy with no family.
Yeah, with the brother who neglected to try and save him, air quote, brother.
He did try to save you.
This is the first time.
He fought the wolves that attacked your family
well,
and killed your parents.
He's also kind of stuck in a plane of existence that he can't really get out of, but I'm not there to.
I think Jordan forgot a little bit.
Wait, what did
Just-
I forget? Because it's been a while.
The wolf part that Danny just explained.
Wolf part.
So to recap your familial history, yours and Isaac's family lived in Valaki, and Isaac has always had this fiendish arm, and he was always bigger than the other kids. And like while like he was playing with the other kids, like the covering on his arm fell off, and that incited essentially a witch hunt. So your parents, Isaac and you, fled the city. You were incredibly young. Too young to remember. But as they were fleeing through the night through the woods, they were attacked by wolves, and the wolves killed your parents. Isaac managed to fight off the wolves, but had lost where you were, and that's the extent of what he knows about your origins, how you got out of the plane of Barovia, how you ended up where you were. That's another mystery.
Okay, I hate him a little less now, but now that I was recap that, 'cause I completely forgot about that. I think it's been a while.
It's
I
been a
think
while.
all of us need a little reminder
Been
of
a
our
while.
backstories, to be honest.
I don't. I'm perfectly good.
Well, no one asked you.
I just gotta remember 2 names, and
Mhm.
it takes me 4 seconds to look them up.
My backstory's mostly not relevant anymore.
It's still relevant.
I'll just kind of, I guess
It's
what
still
I'll
relevant.
do, I guess what I'll do is I'll kind of like look. It's like, is his arm exposed right now, or is it covered
Mhm.
still? Like, how is he covering it?
It's like a mostly a like a sling kind of situation. Um, like it's like up on his shoulder and drapes over his arm and is like keeps his arm wrapped up and like kind of like close to his body.
Yeah, oh wait, it kind of reminds me of this Final Fantasy character. I'll send you a picture of him later if I remember his name. It reminds me what he's doing.
But now that he's in the room, he is like taking off so he can actually like use that hand.
I'll just kind of look at the hand, and I'll just kind of not really like out loud, but kind of mutter to him. Uh, looks like we're both cursed.
He looks up at you. Says, "Me, yes, but you."
I'll kind of like take off my robe to kind of show the symbols and stuff. And my, like the show, like the markings, the
Mhm.
reason why I go by 9. I'll take off the show where I was branded and everything, and then the glowing rune symbols and.
When did you get these?
While you're off playing guardian to a crazy bastard.
He just like looks down at the floor again. I'm sorry I left you in the woods.
You knew I was dead.
I should have kept looking.
No matter how much you looked, you wouldn't have found me. You can't really travel to different planes, I'm guessing.
He just like furrows his brow. He's confused by that statement.
Um, I'm guessing the plane I was on was the material plane.
Yeah.
Uh, that doesn't really matter though, but the only thing I can tell you is I don't know what any of these symbols mean, and I don't know how to get rid of it. But as far as I know, this is the source of my power. Unfortunately, it's not very stable.
Yeah. I think he holds up his like hand. I think this is the source of mine.
The difference is you were born with that. Mine was kind of forced upon me. in ways that I would rather not describe.
He just nods.
All the people I was trapped with, in the end, me and only one other got out.
Can't imagine how hard it was.
Not very pleasant watching people you grow up with slowly get mutilated in ways that you couldn't possibly imagine. Watching things happen to them, die in ways that even I don't know how to describe. But after a while, you kind of become used to seeing death to where you kind of become numb to it. If anything, death is a blessing.
We're going to move over to the crowded room.
Yep.
Or
They can go
two.
first because mine won't take long, and I don't know what she has in store.
Is Irina's hair a mess?
I mean, I think you did it on the way over, so not really.
Hi.
Mess it up and do it again.
Good job, kid. Ruffles hair. Ah, shit. Now I gotta do it again. Here we go again.
I'm going to. Is there like a bathroom in this room, or a bathroom to go to?
There's like a washroom like downstairs that you were shown.
I'll go to the washroom.
That was Kaylin speaking, not Yazin.
Huh?
Hmm?
Huh? Hmm? He said something. Anyways, I'll go to the washroom. And I'm going to double check that there is like no stab wounds that just appeared. I'm still like going to my back panel. And if I remember correctly, because I just unfortunately found out not too long ago, that I can ritual cast identity. So, do I still have that wine bottle?
I assume so.
Okay. I'll identify it and see if it has any magic.
So, first question: do you currently have identify prepared?
No, I don't. I thought if I'm able to ritual cast it, I can just read it.
In order to ritual cast something, you also have to have it prepared. The other question is, do you have the material component?
It doesn't say I require a component.
It says you require one, but it doesn't tell you what you require.
Identify requires a pearl worth 100 gold pieces.
Ah, okay. So never mind. I can't. I didn't even know that I had a component to it.
How
Didn't
much
say
money
that.
did we get again?
I think Elric is still holding all of it. It was a decent amount. It was a couple hundred.
Irina flip.
We should
Yeah,
divide it because we need money.
If it was a couple hundred, I have not
Irina
put
has,
it into my
Irina has gold.
sheet.
She gave
Because
everything to Elric.
she's our friend.
I'm not keeping track of y'all's money.
Well,
Yeah, we can any.
Yeah, I know. Someone just needs to find it. It's probably in my notes somewhere.
Okay.
I got it.
Well, okay, so I'm just going to make sure that all of my, like, that I didn't suddenly have any like scars or
No.
bleeding throughout the day.
No,
Um,
you check yourself out,
yeah.
and it's as if you, aside from the like the spell that you took, like there's no damage. Like you have slight bruising from like the thunder wave, but like
Okay. Uh, just physical health check. Am I still hungry? Am like is my internal organ telling me that I probably should?
give me an insight check.
Danny, for sake of brevity, can I turn everything to gold?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't know why that's GM.
It's an interesting.
I thought 1 EP was half a gold.
Hmm?
1 EP is half a gold and 5 silver pieces.
We're not. I don't.
It's
think we're doing...
10 silver is 1 gold, 5 EP is a gold. The normal coins are in denominations of 10.
Everyone add 11 gold.
And then EP is weird because it's half of.
Oh wait, I'm a liar. Don't. Add 8 gold.
First time I even had a gold on my character.
Or no, you can all do 9. I'll take the
I'm
least.
you.
I've been having.
Yeah,
I've
as
been
in
still
you're
converting. Gotta do math.
the kind of like pang is still there, but it's manageable, and you've like, since you've arrived in Kresk, you've kind of forgotten about it until you like kind of refocused on it.
Right? No, okay. I'll go back upstairs. I'll just awkwardly look at Elric. No. Is there how many beds?
There's, I'll say in this one there's 2.
I'll take the floor.
Ulrich's already on the floor.
Oh, I'm not taking the bed.
Well, then he'll take the bed.
Okay. Perfect. Problem solved. I'll probably like I'll probably just take like I'll probably just sleep next to Irene's bed, if anything. Or just lay there.
Irene is like playing with like the end of like the ponytail, just like lost in thought.
Also.
Oh, Elric's not speaking. He's at the moment fumbling his crudely made holy symbol and just kind of looking at it. For those of you, you 3 need to decide which 2 of you take 14 gold and which one of you takes 13.
Real quick, look at what I sent, because you may get a bit more money.
I'm not concerned. Too much of money. I mean, it's not. I don't need 30 on one monitor when I have 2. Elric will just be doing that for a bit, and once people start or once he starts getting tired, he's gonna think about the incident at home.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
But instead of the 9 you were talking about earlier, it'd be the 13. Or
No,
whatever.
Hang
I
on.
am giving you individuals. Hold on.
We can worry about that.
Yeah. So one electrum is 2 gold.
Okay.
No.
Set your goal back to whatever.
it's-
I'll give you all a total later. Just give me time.
Okay.
Right?
Two electrum
And
is 1 gold.
Yeah.
So
We'll figure
it's
it out later.
essentially the
Okay.
halfway
We can
point
worry
between
about-
silver and gold.
yeah.
This is why everyone hates electrum.
Okay.
Um.
I fucking hate it.
I used it. I was like so unsure. Like I wanted to like correct it, but like didn't want to seem like an ass.
There you go.
That's fair. But once Elric starts getting tired, he'll be thinking of the incident that happened 20 plus years ago, and he'll kind of mumble under his breath before fading off in his sleep.
Do you mumble in your sleep?
Elric probably does have like night terrors every once in a while, or just mumbles in his sleep during nightmares. But he will kind of mumble out before actually falling asleep. If this is worth it, I don't even know anymore. We could use some help or something, I don't know. And then he'll go on to sleep. If anyone needs to ask him something, he'll respond or whatever. But I'm mumbling it. It's not that he's keeping it quiet, he's just not speaking up. But he didn't mention the accident. That last phrase is what was mumbled.
I'll give Yazin's probably just going. Anytime that you did mumble, probably just gonna look at you, and before you do drift off, if this is worth it.
Yeah.
Irina's
If it's
now
worth it.
paying attention to.
What would be?
Well, no one knows why they're here, but I guess I do. At least in a sense. I'm looking for someone. Something happened years ago that no one seems to remember on the material plane or wherever
Your daughter?
we reigned. Yes.
Well, I can tell you with confidence that the werewolf that we were sent to basically be dead. That's the beast that our village, little town of ours.
But was it the only beast?
Yes, fairly certain.
Then I shouldn't have lost consciousness, and he shouldn't be dead. He should be in chains. And there should be blood on my hands to get answers. But it appears none of us seem to be fairly lucky, does it?
I would say
If I find her. Then yeah. The last 20 years of searching would be.
what'd you say her name was again?
Ellie. Ellie Chanel.
That Ellie is still, because if that beast let my brother go, that happened.
Well, if she's alive, I'll find her. Then if I don't, it's because I'm dead. She should be the spitting image of her mother by now. And then Elric's gonna roll over and face away from the others and go to sleep.
As each of you find your way to your individual sleeps. Yeah, we'll start with Elric here. You just hear the sound of arrows whizzing.
Close your head past your ears, and you push yourself up off the ground, your face half covered with dirt,
And you look behind you, and in the through the trunks of the trees and the mist, you just see figures. And the air is cold, so cold. And you hear another whiz, and you wake up. You're in a cold sweat, and the room is freezing. And your heart rate's going. You look around, and you realize the window's open.
How are the other two?
Give me a perception check.
I hate this multi-screen
Maybe,
shit.
maybe you should look at it.
Irina is curled into the tightest little ball on her bed, still asleep. Gadsden's not in the room.
Huh?
What about me?
Grapes.
I'm conscious.
Can I shut the window?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Where am I?
Okay.
Grapes.
Where am I?
You're standing at the foot of the bed with there's like an open footlocker, and there's like a chain shirt, and there's this fancy looking tome, and there's a few other looks like fairly valuable things in this box, and you just instinctively reach out and grab the book,
And then you hear the walls crack behind you. And then it's just pain as you wake up.
Form of dread immediately.
Your form changes as this
Moth-eaten hood falls over your head, and you just look around the room, and you're alone.
Okay. Question, because I do retain consciousness during my long rest. Do I notice any sounds from outside?
Give me a perception check. Not really. It's
21.
fairly quiet. Your like window is closed. And it's like it's really dark. Like the constant cloud cover in Barovia doesn't allow moonlight. But the town is asleep. Whether it was a dream or a vision that you just had, it's I don't know.
a vision of the past.
A box. Dude, is there any like books or tomes at all here? Like, is that was that vision like in like did it look like this room or somewhere else
No,
entirely?
You try to recall, and it's already fuzzy. But it seemed like everything was old and dusty and hadn't been touched in a very long time. We're going to jump over to 9.
Well,
Or did you
I
have
was just
another
gonna
question?
say, I'm just gonna. Uh, did I already have my 4 hours?
I'm gonna give your use of form of dread back.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. 9. Uh, you rest peacefully for once.
Yeah.
Whether it's because your newfound brother and having spoken and like shared with him, or being in a bed or on the floor, wherever you choose. But for whatever reason, this night is a peaceful one. Yazin.
Yes.
You are being chased. You look over your shoulder and you only see the partial shoulder of this enormous thing as it snarls and tries to nip at your heels.
Oh.
And as you're...
It,
Mhm.
is it the beast? Did he like just come back to life?
You are in such a panic that all you can think about is how to get away. And you feel it just tear into your back. And you fall. And you push yourself up and you blink and you are like hunched over a carcass of a sheep.
Uh,
Back to Elric. What you done?
I'm gonna wake up Irina. Actually, no, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the window. And do I remember it being closed when we first got here? I wouldn't see a reason for it to be open.
Oh, it is far too cold for this window to have any reason being open.
I'm gonna shut the window. But can I take a peek outside first? And as I shut it, like the window seal framing and the actual whatever, whether it's a slide up, slide to the side, however it works in these ages, look at the actual like the framing and stuff. Is there's anything weird as I'm closing
this will be more of an investigation check.
Sure, that'll work.
Closely inspecting a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't really like inspect the window like when you first entered the room. It was certainly closed. The room was nice and pleasant when you all were led up here by Anna.
Yeah, like a fresh chip of wood off it maybe is, I don't know. Just weird.
You like poke your head outside and like look at the outside of the frame, and you see on like
high on like the top right corner on the outside, you see claw marks. Just subtle. Scratches. But just like three or four parallel lines, just as if something had gripped the window. Like the frame of the window.
All right. I'm going to shut the window very promptly, not quietly in any capacity, and wake Arena.
Mm-hmm. She, like, makes noise as she's waking up, and then she curls into a tighter ball and says, "Why is it so cold?"
Yasin's gone. Something's happened.
What?
Gather your things. And Elric's going to leave his cloak on the bed so she can have another layer or something to warm up in the morning. And he's going to beeline it for the others.
Mm-hmm. Back to Yazin. It is very cold. You are quite awake.
Where am I?
You
Where
are.
am I?
You like look up and. Well, one, you notice that you're wet.
Okay,
And
where am I wet from?
Dude.
you like look down at yourself and you are half covered with this animal's blood.
Okay.
And you like
I-
look around and you are in a corner of a sheep pasture.
Are there any more carcasses that I can see?
No.
Okay. I'm going to try to find a source of water, a river, anything away from the public.
Okay. Give me a stealth
Um,
check. With advantage. It's
Um,
still quite early.
I am going to. I didn't get any rest. I'm assuming, right?
No, you got a long rest.
Okay.
Everyone has gotten a long rest.
Okay.
There's a long rest button on
Um,
my character sheet. I want to see what it does.
I know, there was a new update. I was going to mention that, and then we got right into it. It's really cool. There's a short and long rest button.
I
nice.
am
And it
going
actually
to cast Alter Self on me,
Mm-hmm.
and I am I'm going to look. I don't know who to look like.
Don't look at
I'm,
me. I don't know.
I'm
I don't know who you can look like.
going to look like that. Fuck. Like a lady. I'm gonna look like a lady. Not Irina though. I'm going to. I'm probably
So
gonna look like the burgermaster from
I'm gonna
Velaki.
look like a bird.
Yeah.
okay. Mr. Velakovich.
And, there it is.
So keep in mind, with Alter Self, you physically change form,
Mhm.
but it doesn't alter your clothes.
I'm aware.
Okay. Just making sure.
Hello. So okay, stealth with advantage.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, you sneak through the town, and you didn't see any source of water close to the gate, and you're in the middle of town. You're unsure of where you are or how you got here. But as you group through the town, like there aren't actually a ton of houses in this little town. It's mostly what like farmland and trees, and people are growing what they can out of this soil in this environment. But you eventually make it to the north end of town where there's a pool that's not frozen, surprisingly. And there's a Let me describe this properly. Do. There's a like old gazebo on the verge of like collapse, and there's a wooden statue of a mournful bare-chested man. Its paint is faded and chipped. That stands in the gazebo with its arms outstretched as though waiting for an embrace. But you make your way up to the edge of this pool, seem like unseen.
I'm going to wash myself as best as I can. It's I'm still cold, right?
Yeah, I mean it's like early in the morning, and also it's starting to be winter, so
Okay.
very cool.
Yeah, I'm. I don't. I should still have. Is my like coat? Like is. Can you see the blood on the coat? Basically.
The coat was mostly spared. It's mostly like down like the front of your face and down your neck and mostly down your chest.
I'm going to take off my shirt, but I'm going to put coat on and try to wash the blood off
Okay.
the best I can.
Give me a cleaning check.
Back to Elric and the crew.
The first door onto the second door, Elric's not gonna open it per se. He's just gonna pound on it.
9, you
And
you do wake.
Winter,
No terrible dreams, but there's someone pounding on the door.
Winter, can you check my message?
and after pounding on the door, I'm
Yeah, just
going to
remember
the
that
third
I'm
room.
deathless.
Mhm.
I usually wanna like go keep watch when I can. So
Right,
I'm
but
actually not
did
in my
you
room.
I thought you spent the first half awake in your room.
That's why I was very like confused and why I wanted to ask, but I didn't want to like stop.
That's what I thought. Is you spent the first
Yeah,
half
like
of
I
your
wanted to
long
ask.
rest.
Yeah, I wanted to ask if I was able to do that, like just standing up.
It's not
And
too
if
long
not,
after
I can
you.
try.
It's not too long after your vision or dream that Elric is going to come and pound on your door.
Yeah, I was gonna go outside anyway, so you just see me like open the door.
Mm-hmm. You probably hear him pounding on Nine's door anyway.
As you open the door, I'll say, Yasin's gone. The window was open. Claw marks on the outside.
Oh, let's get moving.
And then I'll make my way back to the other room with Nine and Isaac. And just open the door. If it's
I have a
Ironic.
nice sleep for once, and you're gonna bother it. I see how it is.
I run outside.
was the door
and then
locked or
Phantom
unlocked?
stayed.
Okay.
Is your door locked or unlocked?
Bassi.
Mine.
No, not
As I
Bassie's.
said, go ahead.
Yeah, I know yours was locked.
I mean, Nine's a very, obviously not really paranoid, but
Careful.
kind of person. Yeah, so more than likely, yeah, it'd be locked.
If you haven't opened the door yet, he's gonna try and open it. It's not opening. Pound on the door, jiggle the handle.
I mean, I'm sure it probably wakes me up.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't open the door, Isaac does.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah,
you just hear like, "Get your shit. We gotta go."
Can't even sleep for once. I'm guessing Isaac's awake, and I'll motion him to come along.
Irina is like finishing like buckling down her breastplate and says, "What's happening?"
Window was closed in our room last night, if you remember.
She nods.
Yasin's gone. The window's open. There's claw marks on the outside. Faint, but they're
Claw
there.
marks?
We've had some
That's-
invitations. So who knows what happens when you ignore them.
No. This is something different. It's not how it's happened before. I'm coming with you.
I will hand her the silver ring. One of the two.
Yeah, she'll put it on.
And let me adjust my spells because it's a new day.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good. Danny's putting a
We'll
curse on all of us.
we'll go ahead and take a 15-minute break, and then we'll play for a bit longer and end it for today.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a theory. I think Danny wants
All this context.
All
I'm
right. Yeah,
Well,
you just need to watch Girls
watch-
Night Out. It's great.
We're in some wild shit right now, but continue on.
Uh,
Like 5 guys in key lime pie.
okay, so you all at the Kresikov's house. What you doing?
I already kind of am running outside, and I'm just like,
Okay, you're already
getting the
on your
fence to get
horse
out.
and going.
Yeah, I look
Are you-
around where they were.
I
You
don't
need
know
to be
what's going
you need to
on,
be a
so I'm
little
just
more
following.
specific.
Oh, Rick.
Oh, sorry. Where? The room, right? The window. Just want to see it from the outside.
Okay.
And then I'll wait
Give me
until
a
someone
perception
comes here
check. You
to,
can't quite get close enough to really investigate because it's just like it's a second floor window. So
Yeah.
what in the fuck? Okay, there we go.
Oh,
Like there were no numbers for a
okay.
second.
What's going on?
A 14. From the ground. I don't think a 14 is gonna be enough. Whatever Elric saw is too subtle to see from this distance. And also,
I'll wait
it's
until
kind of dark.
I'll wait until someone in the group comes in to guide me. I think I can like ride with someone else at my back. Because that's a
Can I-
normal
On your
horse thing
speed?
to do.
Can I actually like? I'm guessing Elk probably explained what was going on.
Yeah, as
Um,
we gather and walk down, Elric's like fast walking beeline out the front door. He's not
Can
gonna stop
I-
and talk, but
Can I go up to the window and see if I can find like other than like the claw marks that was described to me? Can I see if I can see like any tracks?
From the window? Give me a investigation
From
check.
like on the ground where the window is.
Okay, so you go outside.
Yeah.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
yeah, and I'll explain them or reiterate.
Investigation. Okay.
Blood blister I have to pop.
Gross.
Change this.
If I need a help or point it out, I can. That was late, so it won't count. But...
Yeah, you can help. With an 18, you see depressions in the ground where presumably they jumped out the window and landed, but you don't see like footprints leading from there. And then like you start looking around and you see another like spot where they landed. It seems like they bounded away.
Bounced.
Bounded.
Like kind of leaping.
Yeah,
Away.
but like
Okay.
from all fours.
But it's so you said impressions, not like footprints.
It's not quite defined enough to tell if it's like
Well, if they're
You-
jumping, yeah. it's
you,
gonna be a
you,
little
you
bit
can
more
you can
spread
tell
out
like
and-
kind of their rough path until it like disappears. Like the road isn't going to like leave marks necessarily.
I'm
But like
in
the
the
soft ground
directions
like
you
next to the house, does in who knows how long it's been, but here we are.
All right, time is of the essence. I can take someone with me. Just guide me to where I need to go.
I'm gonna point in a
We
direction.
can. All right, who's brave enough to go first?
I'll go first. I don't care.
Eric will start. He'll start walking.
Who wants to go on my horse is what I mean, cause I'm gonna go ahead.
I'll go on the horse with you for running ahead.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'll stick with Isaac and Irina.
All right. Well, for my little scout, I'm actually gonna like go around the road, like around the whatchamacallit. Let me get the ruler out. Like this.
Going that way. Okay.
Oh gosh. Yeah, and then like circle around the whole thing, and then go to the middle. And I can run
Fast.
normal pace.
You can go
1,000
fast.
feet per minute.
Well, I know the general direction, so I can point us in the direction we should probably head. So.
Yeah, to kind of north-ish.
towards the middle of town.
Yeah. When we see the intersection,
Where
let us know if we see
are?
anything.
Oh, so you and 9 are on Skeleton Horse,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so Eric, where are you headed?
There were tracks on the ground.
9 saw like these like where presumably Yazan had like landed and like jumped and landed and jumped, but they disappear like when they hit the road. But
Is there like a footprint direction?
they kind of
that
went
isn't,
towards
like
they kind of went towards the middle of town. But aside from that, like they don't go very far because like it's like here to like there, and then they
Mhm.
disappear. So
I guess we'll start following that route.
okay, just cutting straight through the middle.
I'm not gonna move the. Yeah, and going down this path, this middle path, and looking out for any of the people we rescued, or Yasin, or like familiar faces,
Mhm.
is what I'm looking for.
Can I like
At
as
a
we're
quickened
traveling,
pace.
like as we're traveling, kind of like can I like keep constantly like pointing in random directions, casting message to see if I can like somehow like hopefully randomly ping Yasmin?
Yeah, roll a d8.
A D8. Okay.
Also, what's the range on message?
120 feet.
Okay.
D8 is direct.
Yeah,
Because-
like north.
So it'll probably
Northeast.
take about. I mean, you can move really fast. And this town's not huge. Like, literally,
10,
like
10,000
30 seconds
sorry,
to move across
1,000 per
town.
minute. We'll take the longer route.
That's insane.
It's an unnaturally fast horse because it's magic.
Yeah.
But it's only good for traveling. It's not good for combat because as soon as it takes damage, it disappears.
Yeah.
Still broken.
It's only broken in the
Or
right
it's out of
circumstances.
combat
Like
stuff.
it's not. I'm not worried about Phantom Steed breaking my game.
Well, it's kind of like Esmore's,
Is that a
Guess
challenge?
you know,
No.
wind walk in a way.
Yeah, it's literally
Yeah,
just a travel
it's
spell.
It's a
Yeah.
mobile
Yeah.
spell.
Utility.
It is good at what it does.
Yeah, so you guys start zipping across town. You're like your face kind of stinks from the cold. Elric, Irina, and Isaac. You are moving through the center of town much slower. But you could probably make it across town in like, I don't know, 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Like you,
Significantly smaller.
Holy.
if you were
Than I
like
did.
sprinting, yeah, like the whole time.
I'd say like
20
a fairly
rounds to
fast pace.
in like sprinting. Like you could do it.
Okay.
But that is if like that's all you're doing, but you're moving a little slower, so it's probably gonna take you about
Yeah, I'm trying to spot
five
familiar
minutes. Like
faces
move
at this-
quick, but so Yazan,
Mm-hmm.
give me a perception check.
Probably just. Perception.
You hear them before you see them. You hear the sound of fast hooves and the trees about 50 feet or so away. 50 to 100. You hear the branches of trees shake and some of the twigs on the ground snap as you give me another stealth check. Okay. I'm pretty sure their passives are higher. Let's see.
Yeah.
Mine is
So
12, so
oh, both of yours are 12.
15.
Wait, I'm
yeah.
clicking on one. 9. Randall's is 17.
Mine's 15. Wait,
Oh,
it is?
15.
you got me beat. What?
15.
Oh, never mind.
The 17 was when I had expertise.
That's right. Yeah, so you look over your shoulder and you see the skeletal phantom steed of Graves, and Graves and 9 are atop it. And 9, you're about. We'll go into the past just a little bit. You're about here. When you are able to send a message. You have been just like pointing and saying message, and then pointing to a person and saying. So what message are you sending?
Well, since I'm probably like rapidly pointing around and sending message, I'm probably just trying to be quick, so I'm probably just saying Yasmin's name.
Yeah. So before you even hear the horse, you hear 9, like as if he's like talking into your ear, say your name.
Okay.
And you can respond.
I'm going. I'm going to say here. And I'm just going to draw alter self. Just leave my shirt, in puddle washed or whatever. And
Are you trying to hide the shirt at all?
towards, I'll just say no. No.
Okay, you just drop it on the ground. And it's about that time you hear the horse, and they come to the trees, and both of you see Yazin standing at this edge of the pool, and as it has gotten slightly lighter, you can see like the pool just like has this shimmer and sparkle to it. And there's Yazin standing on the edge.
For ventilating.
Lad, what the fuck happened?
Do we notice the blood all over Yasmin?
No. Yeah, Yazin's clean.
Yeah,
I
it's
washed
clean.
it, motherfucker.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
Yazin.
it's
And
obvious.
ditch
It's
the bloody
obvious.
Yeah,
shirt.
Yazin is
obvious
wet,
that Yasmin.
but Yazin is clean.
What I'll do is, cause obviously they're probably freezing. I'll
You guys up here.
Oh.
Damn.
Damn.
First I'll take
Go ahead.
off like my my robe and kind of like sling it around Gazin,
Mhm.
try and help warm him up, and then I'm gonna grab some like wood, and I guess I'll cast firebolt at it to set it on fire, to try and warm Gazin up.
Campfire.
Okay. There's a small little
Obviously they're gonna be freezing, so
fire.
So
now I'm sitting there naked. But not as freezing as Gazin would be. So
Yeah, not the wet cold one, but you're just the cold one.
yeah.
Yasin, are you in danger at all? Do we need to move?
He. Sorry, I just thought I saw. You can see him like just visibly shaking, and he's just like heaving so much, just unable to actually like say anything.
Oh, lad.
Heaving? Like heaving
Like-
for throw up? Okay.
Yeah. Actually,
Take-
speaking of that, can I just make myself throw up? Can I like try to do that?
Sure, give me a constitution
yeah, put a
save.
figure down your throat.
We'll see if Yazin has a gag reflex.
Can I? I'm looking directly at them.
Okay. Roll
Am I
another one.
inside this? Nope.
Can it be a disadvantage because they're trying to throw up?
Hmm.
It doesn't matter. They keep rolling doubles.
I'll say a 10 is low enough. You do eventually make yourself vomit, and it is dark, chunky, not
Oh,
pleasant at all. Looks not
Tastes
too
great.
not too unlike the stew you had earlier in the evening.
Can I do a medicine check just to make sure that they're not like injured, sick, or
Yeah.
is like anything wrong with them since
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
throwing up in front of me?
Well, you just saw they
Alright.
just like shoved a hand down their own throat, and but yeah, give me
Yeah,
a
I just want to
medicine
make
check.
sure, like physically or
Violently
whatever, they're
shaking
okay.
and causing themselves to puke.
Hey,
As far as you can tell, like them being over here and being wet and highly unusual, certainly. But they're not. They don't seem sick. They don't have any injuries that you can see. They seem about how they were last night when you all went to bed.
is this related to your whole situation with the wine and the immortality?
if no one's here to stop me, I'm gonna pull out a dagger just to see that
What?
effect still works.
Just because Noah's here to stop me is
Yeah.
the beginning of that sentence, and I want you all to remember
Yo,
that.
I'm just gonna look at this as someone that was like writing ahead from the situation that's not entirely sure about it. I'm like, what the fuck? Because he hasn't seen you do this before.
I know you won't stop me. You'd be like, huh, what's he doing? Oh,
Wait, what are you doing?
He
No,
pulled out a
I
dagger.
what the fuck are you
He's
doing,
act-
Nine?
I'm just ignoring. I'm just
Is-
giving him a
is
nice
this,
little
like-
poke. Not a stab, but a good little poke.
Is this an
you know?
intimidation tactic?
Yeah,
No.
he's literally coming at you with a dagger. Not
I'm-
like super
I'm-
aggressively,
I'm-
but like he's gonna
Well,
poke
I
you.
just have it in my hand, and I kind of just
I'm going to
walk
like
up
try
like
to stop him.
I'm gonna do this
I
while
also
I'm
tried to
inspecting
stop
Yazin.
him.
I'll do it as I'm
I tried to
inspecting
hold him
Yazin.
back.
Like I
Well-
don't see any scars. I'm like, I might be able to fix that.
Give me a sleight of
I
hand.
am going to try to stop him.
Sleight of hand.
Not you.
I'm doing this for your own good. Ah,
Oh yeah, you
Really?
like Yazin definitely sees you like pull out a dagger and like start to like attempt to do this. So what are you doing, Yazin?
I'm going to walk away from him, and I'm like going to attempt to not get stabbed.
need you to trust me.
It's
I'm
around
not
this
going
time
to
that
stab you.
it's around this time that the other three show up.
I hold Esmore down.
I'm not
Sorry, not
Esmore.
Esmore. 9.
Yeah, you hold Esmore.
Esmore, how'd
I'm
you
gonna
get
do
here?
his thing.
Good luck.
All right, so Nine's gonna
Cameo.
keep going on with the stabbing. Esmore's pinned.
Esmore.
I just show up
Esmore then turns
"We're
into a
planning this
fire
thing."
elemental.
Ah!
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Esmore could literally kill our entire party, no
Yep.
problem.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm like, okay, bro, chill.
And you said me, Irina, and Isaac made it.
You all are up
They
there.
don't see
now.
me like mid attempt of stab, do they?
I mean, you're now like Randall, like Graves has moved between you and Yazin. And
I
like you're
imagine,
still
like, the arm out.
you're still holding the dagger, so
I imagine like Randall like hugging me, and I have like the dagger over Randall's shoulder. And I'm like flailing, like just let me poke him. Just let me poke him.
both arms in the air, just like ah.
Exactly.
Let's not jump to
Elric,
conclusions. We don't know what this is.
Elric will run over, assuming with the others in tow.
Mhm.
And how's Yazin state at the moment?
Uh, unless
Could be
I
eventually.
like notice that you three approach, I'm going to say like just in a terrified state. So just like still shaking, vomit on the floor. Uh, Nine is trying to stab me again, just walking away.
Dead.
It's not a stab.
He did. He did.
It's a
try to
gentle. It's a
stab me.
gentle
No,
poke
sorry,
with a dagger.
You did stab me. I just didn't take any damage from it.
I want to make sure that still happens.
Elric's gonna run up. More confused at why Nine's being held back with a dagger, but it's not the first time.
Fair.
And say, what's happening?
We found them. They awoke and they threw up. And apparently, this guy's really eager to test the immortality theory at this moment.
They're-
And
They're not immortal.
they're cursed in some way, but now is not the time to test it out. Nine.
What happened? Looking at Yasin.
I'm yeah, I'm just doing charades at this. I'm just like, I like just struggling to actually make words, and if it is, it's just in Sylvian or Sylvian. How do you say it?
Sylvan.
Sylvan. There it is. And if it is, it'll just be in Sylvan. But he's pointing at vomit, pointing at like the pond, trying to make you see the shirt. But the the shirt. The
9.
only words.
With disadvantage.
Hello. The only words that come out though that is like audible is as soon as Yazin locks eyes with Irene, and the words is actually and just goes over and like just in his like shakiness just hugs her really tight.
As you start to approach Irina, you just feel an impact on your shoulder. And 9, you watch the dagger flip end over end, hit Yaz in the upper right shoulder, and just bounce off.
Okay.
Do I see that?
Oh yeah, like you
I
see
have
him
a
like
massive of
he's like
16.
flailing over graves, and then just hucks the dagger.
Come on, dude. Don't make me put you to sleep.
Irina's confused, but like gives you a hug and just like says into your ear, "What's happening?" What happened to you?
He's not like letting go of the hug. He's not looking at anyone. But he in a very low mumble like just starts like saying I know you're not my sister. I know you're dead, but I just can't help but just be overprotective when I look at you, and I'm just so sorry that everything happened, just going on that tangent.
Elric's going to step up and separate Yazin from Irina. And like grab him by the shoulders, twist him around, and give them a slap. Put their hands on their shoulder, bracing them firmly, and say, "Calm down."
Still
What happened?
Still not looking. He's actually just looking over to the side. Um,
Hoping to break you out of shock with the slap.
no, not at all. Still shaking, mostly from the cold.
I think we won't get anywhere here. Let's take them back.
I think that's a good idea.
Go ahead. And Ulrich's gonna look around the area. For I know there was vomit in a shirt, but I would like to look at it. He'll pick up the shirt.
Yeah,
and...
Irina like takes you, as in like wraps her arm around your arm and like starts like leading you back to the Krezikov's house.
For me, since I have a way to catch up, I also stay a bit longer just to investigate the area.
You can either both roll or maybe you can roll with advantage. Either way.
Maybe together.
For which one?
Investigation. Just looking around.
Let's look around together.
Sure.
All right, I'll give you advantage. Oh wait, no. What do you have?
Just fucking roll. Don't ask.
Nah, just
do
just
it.
Pick.
I'll roll.
Just roll. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well,
Okay.
I should have given you advantage.
With a 10, like you saw Yasin vomit and it's there. Also the undergarment, like the shirt, isn't hard to find. Like Yasin didn't make any effort of hiding it. It's like partially covered in dirt now. Along like the like slightly muddy slope going down to this little pond. But you can see.
Is it tattered, as in like slashed?
No. But the like half of it is covered with now like darkening and browning blood.
And can I
There was some
discern if
conflict.
it's like new blood, old blood,
Give me a medicine check.
based off of coloration or odor? Medicine. Ooh, what the fuck is that? Roll 20. I've never. What is happening? Roll 20. That's so dumb. Why would they add that feature?
I don't know what's happening.
If you double click an already enclosed, or not double click, it's a weird.
Oh, it
series of
minimizes it,
clicks.
right?
It minimizes it, but there's a way to maximize it, but it shrinks itself to a minimum scale, and you have to readjust the size.
Oh, weird.
It's weird.
Okay.
I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
Learn something new every day. With a
Yeah, pretty
19,
much.
it's a few hours.
Okay.
Like it's
A few
it,
hours
it's
ago,
it like
okay.
if you touch it, like it doesn't come off on your fingers, but it's still like tacky and like cool. So it's like still actively
Yeah, it's got,
drying,
like,
but it's not gonna come off on anything.
It's kind of coagulated as
It's
time's
it's
passed,
turning
but not-
brown, and it doesn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if you just saw the shirt in the mud, you'd be like, oh, that shirt's like really muddy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Quick tattoo, pick up my dagger off the ground.
yeah, you can go retrieve your dagger.
We have
back out of
limited
nowhere.
weapons, man. I understand.
Also, I changed the name of my dagger, so whenever I click on it now,
That's good. That's good.
Can I stand up and take a look around the field and see if there's like crushed grass, signs of a fight, scorch marks from maybe magic or anything, or
Yeah,
Like
give
any
me
sense of
give me
struggle,
another
essentially.
investigation just for you.
Can I help?
You have advantage. There you go.
that 20.
Whoa.
So yeah, you look
for
around and some of the like taller grass around this pond are like pushed apart, but it doesn't seem like there was a struggle here. You can see like leading kind of from the road. You can see like clear like steps coming up here, like the kind of like frost has been like tamped down in spots where Yazin walked up to the pond.
Mm-hmm.
You think we can track those?
It's about our best guess. Our
Right.
best bet on what happened. I guess we're gonna look at following the traps. Tracks.
9, are you doing anything?
Get on the horse.
Other than getting my clothes back because I'm currently in nowhere.
Well, Yazin walked off with your cloak, so.
Well.
Were you with us or going with them? I assume Isaac's with Irina.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna follow y'all, so.
Okay.
I can only carry
I'll-
one person.
That's fine. I'll walk.
Who are
following
you
the tracks.
guidancing? Yourself?
I am guidancing Graves since we are following the tracks.
Okay. Graves, give me a survival check.
So Bobby, okay, hold up.
You can add a D4 to it.
Oh, that's gonna be fun with my other stuff if I fail. Survival. Okay.
And you can add a D4.
Add a D4 to that. Roop. Actually, let me add another D4 just in case. Sorry, not a D4.
We're finding this goddamn sheep, Danny.
All your
Yeah.
bonuses. I'm not worried about the repercussions of
I'll
you
do a
finding the sheep.
D6, Yeah. D6. From my knowledge of a past life,
Uh-huh.
I had a 5.
So 22.
One.
I've dealt with the sheep case before.
He knows about
Um,
sheep.
Yeah, so taking it much
I'm
slower,
Welsh.
much slower on your Phantom Seed. You're following these footprints through the frost, under boughs of trees.
Are
It-
these footprints still in sets of 4? Like quadrupedal?
No, well, like it is bipedal.
Okay.
And they lead you pretty much to a relatively large pen for animals. You don't see any animals currently, but it's kind of in the middle of town. Move you guys down here. And you can see the prints going into this medium-sized pasture. You can see some animals like bar against like the kind of far fence, and you can see like another one kind of like laying separate further away from like the main flock.
Get a sense. I tried to whiff a sniff and get a sense of anything.
Give me a
You
perception
said
check.
one's laying away from the main flock?
Mhm. 16. Smells like animals. It's hard
Can I
to
call
pick up
upon-
any like individual sense.
Can I call upon my...
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just wondering, like, the track ends here, right? Like, is there another track?
Not that you can see right now. No, you just have these bipedal footprints leading away from this pasture.
Elric was a outskirts of a small town individual, like hunter farmer kind of thing. Can I use any of that like animal knowledge that might be present to find weird behavior? Like I know one's separated from the flock and laying down.
Do animal handling, but with intelligence. So if you're proficient with animal
Ooh, that's
handling, then you get
definitely
proficiency,
not.
but otherwise just roll an intelligence check.
So 20 plus intelligence plus 2. I'll just roll intelligence.
Yeah, just click intelligence.
Now. I guess not.
I mean, it's really early. Animals sleep.
Something's fishy here. And I don't mean the smell. It smells just like animals.
Smells like sheep.
So the footsteps disappear here. How did they get here? Is the question.
I don't
wish
know.
Consult I don't know, a sheep.
Check around. I'll go see if there's something weird with the actual flock. Believe it or not, I've messed with animals a bit in the past. Not great with them. They like to headbutt me, but
I'll leave Rick to the pen. I myself, I'm gonna like circle with the horse around the pen to notice.
9, what are you doing?
Ulrich's gonna look at the herd of sheep, at least.
Around the sheep, are there any like? I guess I'll start looking for tracks and stuff
Okay.
that aren't sheep related.
Give
Do you
me.
have anything that's been like around lately?
Looking for track. Give me investigation. Or survival, either one.
Let's see what I'm better. Investigation's better. Hey.
Okay. And Elric, what are you doing? You're heading over to the flock.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ease my way to the flock, knowing they're skittish, undefensive creatures.
Yeah, a flock of sheep.
And the herd and
It's a flock, right?
of sheep and
yeah,
I believe so. Yeah, it's a flock of sheep. Is the term?
I think a flock is like birds, but
it's
herd. It's a herd.
Is it a herd?
It's a herd.
I don't think sheep are herds. I think it's a flock.
I'll find
I
out.
don't know. Yeah,
Anyway,
look it up because
regardless.
I'm pretty sure it's a flock.
I
Anyway,
think it's
regardless, it's just fun facts.
Group of
Welcome to
sheep.
Animal Facts
The
in
sheeps.
D&D.
They're considered flocks, folds, or herds.
Fold.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, we're all right.
The more you know.
Minus the person who didn't say fold. Yeah, I'm gonna check their behavior as I walk forward and look for injuries on them.
Okay. There's like.
If they start to run, I'll keep a distance and.
I mean,
just do
yeah,
a visual.
they like give you a wide berth, and like as you keep getting closer, they keep moving away. But there's around 30 to 40 sheep here. And like you keep approaching and they keep backing away. The one that's like lying outside hasn't moved. Graves, what were you doing again?
I'm actually circling the border of the pen, trying to find anything with the fence.
Okay.
So I'm
give me
only
a
searching the
investigation.
border while he looks inside.
Yeah. Investigation as well. Yep.
All right,
19?
I'll put.
Nice.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Gonna make sure. Oh jeez.
Nice, exactly.
You move around on your phantom steed, and having the elevated view, both you and 9 kind of spot it at the same time. But there is a just inside the fence. There's a spot where there's another one of like those impacts, and then you like start looking around for where it came from or where those tracks could have gone, and you see another one that is nearby that sheep laying outside.
Does it look different?
You move your phantom seed closer, like along the fence, and you can see it's not moving, and it has been disemboweled.
Well, that's
The sheep.
concerning.
The sheep.
Hey, Eric, we found a place you may want to look into.
I'll
We bowed them
Does
to the.
does it look
I'll
like
look
the
out the
sheep?
shouting voice and follow its direction.
Does it look like the sheep was like just being mauled, or does it look like it was being like eaten?
Yes, both.
Okay.
Elric, as you come over, just given your background, like this sheep suffered an animal attack. Like that's relatively
Yeah.
clear. If you want to investigate further, that'll require a check.
Yeah. Can I do that? To maybe identify what kind of animal, if there's like claw marks or certain
Yeah, I'm just gonna say investigation for this.
my guidance.
Yeah, because you're going to go and look at it, so you grip your holy
Yeah.
symbol.
Okay. Investigation. Yep. Glad
Mhm.
thing. Good thing I did it.
Yeah.
13.
You like use like an end of like a stick to like look inside, and um like this sheep's liver is missing, and whatever was getting at this thing has also like gotten like into like the chest cavity, and the large majority of those vital organs are gone as well.
Do I
So,
have any feel of what like maybe a bear, wolf, coyote,
Similar to
or is it
a like a
unspecific?
wild uh similar to
Or
like a
maybe size
wild
of creature?
like a wild dog or wolf or something like that. So it's something kind of
Yeah,
large,
could be.
but like not a bear, cuz like, and not like some kind of big cat, cuz both those tend to drag prey away.
Mhm.
This was clearly left where it was killed and eaten here.
Okay.
Is the moon out? Just
You can't tell. It's cloudy.
can't tell.
It
So
is
like,
But
is there?
cloudy.
Well, is there like?
it is always cloudy.
Is there like any
And
like
by
breaks in
this
the clouds
time
where
is
any of the
by this
moonlight
time
is gonna
that
show?
it's starting to get lighter. So yeah,
Yeah, because like we never actually see the sun or moon
Yeah.
or anything like that.
you
I have a deduction. Did you happen to get a good look at the puke of Yasin?
I was
I know,
just
very
thinking about.
gross.
I was just about to say maybe we should go look at that vomit and see if there's any like
Well,
blood or anything in it, or chunks of something
I've
that
taken a
Yasmin
look
didn't
at
eat.
I've taken a look already. There was blood, and it seemed to be at least a few hours old. I couldn't tell you specifically.
Coming from the puke, so he puked
Yes.
blood.
that was on the shirt. I don't know if you specifically asked to investigate the vomit.
It
Did
was
you
the
take the
pull and
shirt with
shirt that
you?
I investigated.
Yeah.
Probably not.
But
Nah. Shirt's
how
still
does
at
it
the pool.
feel? How does it feel in comparison?
Fresh blood, it's been congealed a bit, and it's much darker if you were to cut yourself to bleed. It it had been a moment, not a week per se, but at least a few hours.
And this sheep, same deal, right?
Can I get a
Do-
guess on how long the sheep
do
might have been dead?
do a medicine check.
Okay. Guidance. Uh,
Don't you just check?
there we go. Every time I say guidance, I roll shit. Yeah, a 9.
Oh my.
Can't tell
Uh,
how fresh the corpse is.
I mean, it's old enough not to be warm, but that's about all you get. But it's pretty cold out here, so that can mean just about anything.
Yeah,
Not enough.
the sheep could be dead for a few hours or a few days. It's cold, and if you're not alive, you don't really produce a lot of heat.
How intelligent are sheep? Can I speak with Dad?
I need
Sheep
to
are-
It's gonna be
I need to look at
fucking
that spell because I
bah.
believe it might say humanoid.
I'm just imagining bah.
Noah speaking, sheep are really stupid.
I'm not
Not
actually
not speak with animals. It
It'd be really funny.
You can't speak with dead and speak with animals if you got a deal.
there you go. Yeah.
Speak with dead animals.
Okay, so they just have to have intelligence, which they don't.
Awaken the dead sheep and then speak with it.
I couldn't tell you they're
yeah,
stat
awaken their
sheep.
mind.
It only knows what
dead,
it
you
knew in
can't
life,
awaken
including
them.
the languages it knew. So you'd have to know how
Do you
to speak.
sheep?
You'd have to know how to speak sheep.
Well, here's where the knowledge from my past life comes in. I'm kidding.
I was a sheep
I was a
herder in the
sheep
past.
once.
I was a sheep 3 lives ago.
Reincarnation, brother.
Uh-huh. Confirmed.
Oh, jeez.
I'll-
Okay.
Checkmate,
yeah, let me just
atheists.
cast tongues real quick.
All right, all right.
Checkmate,
to the
atheist.
deal.
D&D said I was a sheep 3 lives ago.
Okay.
Think-
We're going to jump over to 9. Not 9. Yazin. Is about this time where you are led back into the house. It is warm, significantly warmer than outside, and you are led upstairs and sat on a bed, and Irina just sits next to you.
At this point, I have calmed down enough where I'm not shaking, but I'm refusing to. I'm just always staring.
Mhm.
The first thing that comes out of my mouth is, "I'm sorry."
It's okay. You didn't hurt any of us. I don't know what you were doing over by that pond, but you certainly scared us. Scared me. I didn't know where you went. I was worried. Still kind of am.
Irene, do you think that we're good people?
Yeah. I've seen what evil looks like, and each and every one of you couldn't be more different from that.
Oh, that's pretty fucked up.
You all have sacrificed so much to protect and make sure someone that you don't really know. I know that you're good people.
it's never crossed that at least.
I think you might need to turn down the noise gate because you're cutting out.
No.
No, I think they're just
I think I'm
facing
too low.
away from the
Yeah,
mic
did
and not
just go a
I
little
think I'm
closer.
too low.
speaking clearly.
Yeah.
I'm getting as close as I can.
That works.
Ooh, ASMR.
Mm.
You.
Ooh.
Yaz and ASMR. All right.
Having
What
you
was
thought
what was that
that
last?
maybe we're
last
not.
one?
The last part was having you thought that maybe we're not good people, or at least I am.
It would be quite the game to play if you pretended all this way. If you had ulterior motives, there are plenty of opportunities. You faced Strahd in Falaki, didn't you?
I think we're just getting played. And
She
I-
takes your hand and says, "That doesn't make you evil." He's been at this
Then-
game way longer than any of us.
I don't know whether or not I want to be dead or I just want to go home. Because at least I would have a family waiting for me on the other side, but I also have a family here.
She squeezes your hand. We'll get you home. And more likely, they'll get you home. There's only so much I can do.
Before we pan, because I know you're going to pan, I'm going to go dig into my backpack.
Mhm.
Hand Irina my note, right?
Mhm.
I know Elric will accept it from you, but I just can't face him right now. Quite literally, I just kind of like wave my hand just at while I'm staring at the floor. But if by chance I don't survive and he does, or someone else from the group, I just need this letter to be delivered to Deepwater.
I don't know where that is, but I'm sure he does.
You mean Waterdeep?
Waterdeep.
I wasn't gonna say
Right. Regardless, Irina has no
Shadowfell
idea.
version of it.
Deepwater.
I don't know either. That's where I live.
Ah, yes. The place of blue, sorry, yellow shallow.
I can do that. She like puts it away inside her armor and takes down her hair and says, "Do you mind?"
I don't. I'm gonna go grab the uh hairbrush and oh, there it is. I no longer have the unopened letter.
I might have it somewhere. I'll have to find it.
I think it's pinned, but I meant like on my character sheet. I know for a fact I sent it to you.
Yeah, I mean that's the more important bit that I have it.
Mhm.
Okay, let's back to the others.
All right. The we can come to conclusions, but it seems like review the facts. Somehow Yasin got here, went to the something happened to the sheep. Livers got taken out. Then Yasin somehow ran away and to the pond and then puked. What we could do is we could check on the puke, or we could find if there's any other tracks that we can find in the way from the pen to here. And lastly, we can talk to the pen owner so that they can check on this on their own time. Someone's gonna own this place.
Unless you want to pay for the sheep,
Well,
I'd leave it be. Our biggest
well,
concern is finding out what happened.
oh,
I could care less about a piece of livestock.
that's not the concern here. The concern is talking to this person so that we can have any pointers if we have to leave. Because we will have to leave if we don't solve this. Maybe there were some witnesses. Someone could have heard Yasin coming in. Maybe they're scared shitless. Remember, this is the people that are scared to open their doors. They haven't seen any conflict, only the guards have. What do you think? I have a horse, I could check on the pile of puke and then come back really quickly.
If you want to check on that and speak to the owner of the sheep, go ahead.
Leave the errands to me. You guys just go home.
If Yazan was taken and ended up escaping, I think it's best if a few of us stick around until we figure this out.
That's fair.
I'll leave the air quotes chores to you, if you don't mind.
No worries.
9.
And
I should probably head back. I don't think they're gonna be too happy about a man running around in his underwear.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
your runes are
Yep.
just like faintly pulsing with a like an unseen rhythm. Ever so slightly.
Plus, it's cold. I know he's shown me his markings and stuff.
Yeah, they're all well. The bandages are still covering them, so
I guess, but
Yeah,
like through the bandages, like you can see like the slight glow.
I guess as we're walking back, can I see if I recognize any of said symbols or markings on him? But
By the
Elric's
way-
intending to head back towards where we stayed.
By the way, when he did reveal the things, we had a meeting, and I pointed out the relation to the Nine Hells because I read Inferno
Yeah,
when they
I
were
know
first
you read.
revealed.
I remember that. It's just maybe there's something we didn't catch. I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns happening at the moment. Elric's thinking.
Mm.
But Elric's gonna start making his way back. If none comes with, he comes with. I assume he is, because
Yeah.
cold.
Cold, naked.
And we got a really fast ghost boy on our hands, and
Ooh, on our hands? Ew, no.
Ectoplasm.
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 why'd you sneeze in my way? It's all over my.
The ectoplasm's all over you? Gross.
Ew.
Ew.
I'm gonna plasm.
Ectoplasm.
Oh my
I
gosh,
dare you
Danny
the next
Phantom is
time.
not how I remember it.
You're gonna
No,
you're gonna make me ectoplasm.
corrupt my shit. Don't corrupt my memories of a good show.
Danny,
Oh, shit.
hey Noah, how much do I have to pay you to next time that you're finishing you scream out, I'm gonna plasm?
I'll do it on my form of dread.
Gross.
Ew.
Okay, so
Alright.
we'll get to the errands probably next time.
Yeah.
I would like to get to this last bit of
It could be
roleplay.
done as down. Can that be done as downtime so that?
Well,
everyone
this
else
is
gets
this is
more
probably
time?
gonna be a whole thing. So.
Okay.
If we need to
Um,
hold the whole thing, I have notes.
it's gonna be a minute till we play next. So.
Fair.
You all head back
Yeah,
to
alright.
head back to the house, and if Graves, if you'd like to be included in the roleplay, you're welcome to go back and then do errands. It's not gonna.
Yeah. I
Penalize
have another casting of horse.
Horse.
Horse. What a spell. It's just horse. It's not summon steed.
It's like the
not-
whistle
My
in Red Dead.
signature spell.
Come here, horse.
Horse.
It's good. Okay, so you all are back at the house.
Make my way towards where I assume Yasin is, which is at least in one of the rooms.
Brush your hair.
How do you?
And
how do
I
you
guess I just open the door.
enter? When you like make eye contact with Arena, who is sitting on the edge of the bed with Yazin brushing her hair. She just like holds up a finger and just like mouths the word like out to you.
Elric will, like, doorknob in hand, like, kind of half open, you know? Like, as he's entering the room, just. He'll nod and.
They'll need their time.
He'll shut the door, but he's gonna stand and listen. And wait.
Irina makes you stop brushing your hair. I know they're not going to be mad at you.
Braid it if
But you do have to talk to them.
I think I'm going to be killed, if anything.
No, you
All I
won't.
wanted was a cure, and I seemingly get worse overnight. some cure Barovia just provides me.
She stands up and opens the door and gently closes it behind her. And she looks up to you, Elric, and says, "You have to be gentle with him."
Can I tell how serious they are in that comment based off of their like facial expression?
Like, there's like genuine like concern and passion and like compassion in
Okay.
like her voice.
All right. And I'll look at the other two.
Just want
What's
more
the plan?
clothes.
And if
We
you
could take them to the Avalon.
try anything, I will kill you.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I'll make sure Jordan doesn't try to Jordan. I said Jordan. I'll make sure Nine doesn't keep poking at him.
The entire time I see as I'm like caressing my dagger.
Oh no.
I just want my robes. I'm naked.
Just go
I
to your
won't.
room and get a towel.
I won't lay a hand on them.
Okay.
In aggression.
Irina opens the door.
And I'll start walking in. And I assume the other two follow.
Oh
Well,
no,
yeah.
I want to
I
give
want
a
my
distance.
robes.
No, I wait. Did you sleep in that room in the crowded one?
I
I thought
I
you.
assume the room we're going into is the room that me, Yasin, and Irina stayed in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Nine, you slept with Isaac.
Right, but
Uh-huh.
9 gave his robe to
Oh.
Yazan.
Bro, just get another. Just get another set.
It's
get a blanket.
sentimental.
It's
Come on, bro. It's just
Isn't
a
that
jacket,
the
bro.
robe you got from Death
it's the
House?
only
Yeah, your robe is probably like
no. The robes
like,
that I have is the ones that I stole before I left
Okay,
the burnt.
because I thought you picked up
backstory.
more from Death House.
No,
Okay.
All right.
It's just
Well,
I
that
had the
one.
same
It's
raggedy
probably- it's pro-
robes.
It's
This is
probably
a-
just like folded to at the edge of the bed somewhere.
This is a pair of a certain somebody's robes.
all
Backstory.
right. Well,
Hey.
let's not overwhelm the lad. Just get your robes and. then
Irina
we'll
picks up
leave
the ropes and just like
one at a
hands them to
time.
you.
Let's.
And then she goes and
let Elric handle
sits
this.
next to Yazan.
Elric will lean up against the wall next to the window. And cross his arms and think for a moment. While Nine's gathering his cloak and Graves is booing about. Because ghost.
Ooh. Thaumaturgy, boo.
I hate that I immediately knew where you were going with that.
We spend too much time together. And we'll give it like a good couple of minutes. No more than 5 minutes of just silence. And we'll say, well, you've calmed down, I assume. So, what happened? What do you remember?
I think I was getting chased. And I panicked even more when I was just in some farmland. Um, and when I looked down, there is the sheep, and I I just knew what was going to happen to me because it was it just had all the tall tale signs of I did this to the sheep, and obviously it's not alive anymore. So tried to find some water, um, wash myself off, and the moment that Nine and Graves found me, I just had to throw up. I just could not keep that in my stomach.
Are they lying?
Give me an insight check.
Rolling shit.
No, hard to tell.
Oh, this fit with what they said, what we found.
What do you mean by it will only? I don't remember your exact phrasing. I'm sorry. That it's getting worse, or what? What was the phrasing? Shit.
What?
You said something that I'd grasped onto that I can't fucking
Oh,
remember
when
because
the door?
no, in the room that you just said.
Something about getting worse.
Yes, it getting worse. What's getting worse?
I I came here. I came here to the land of Barovia first and essentially gathered everyone. It started with Nine, then either Graves or Elric next. The order doesn't matter, but the reason why I came here was because I was sick. And it just seems to be getting even worse, and I don't know what to do about it.
What sort of sickness?
You tried NyQuil?
I can't sleep at night. I have insomnia.
That's what NyQuil is for. Um,
I I I don't know what it is because I have been to doctors, medical, just about anything that you can think of, and the last resort was a mysterious fog that just swallows up people and brings them to an entirely different land. Decided to go take that rumor.
and you somehow or another managed to bring us as well.
Bring you? you you think that I brought you here?
From the way you said it, yes.
No, I found you while I was traveling. And I gathered you. I just wanted a cure. That's all I want.
Are
You're
you
four.
sick or are you cursed?
I might as well be cursed at this point. I don't know why it's persisted for this long.
It's a curse.
Kind of ironic.
Let's go to the Abbot.
I was just telling Isaac last night how he wasn't the only one who was cursed, referring to myself, so seems like more of us are cursed than even I expected.
I'm literally dead.
Well, I mentioned you too.
You can't just throw that deadpan, man.
I'm literally
Just so
dead.
that's
So
the neighbors.
Just I'm
L-
literally dead,
I'm
man.
literally
Come
dead
on.
over here. Lamau.
I just imagine like a shrug shoulder emoji with the hands out. Just I'm literally dead, man.
I was there
Um,
to emphasize your point, man.
No, I know. We understood what you meant, but
It was just so funny.
it was
No, I know.
the accidental funny. I'm literally dead, Lamau. Um,
Oh gosh, you're killing me.
Ow, you're dead.
what's the symptoms?
Sleeplessness, just it's a constant cough. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. It's been persisting for, I'd say, about 2 years now. And ever since I got here, it just keeps getting worse. So when we were over at Velaki, there there was an uncomfortable connection when Strahd was in front of me. I'm pretty sure though I didn't I'm pretty sure he did something to me that it was either me or the bones, and I chose to give him the bones. And when he and like he starts visibly shaking again, just like fiddling with his like forehead and all that. And when he killed the fucking priest in front of me, all of a sudden it just felt natural to go over to. What I mean is that it just seems to be getting worse from all of a sudden I am immune to physical damage starting from a couple of days ago. I just have things conflicting, and I don't know what to do.
Are you still coughing though?
No, that magically got better. When I killed when I killed when
When you
I
kill.
when I beheaded the werewolf, that, and I know it was him because it can't be anyone else. That werewolf was the same one that let me and my brother go and decided to murder my family in front of me. Lovely, lovely situation. And it, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do.
We'll help you find what to do. But we want
Does
to reassure you that we won't be going against you. You helped us get this far.
Graves. There, I feel like there is every reason for each one of you to hate me.
Right.
I only
Name one
hate
for
one
me.
person in this world.
I
did you dream last night?
Did I? I don't think so. No.
Now that you mention it, I did have a vision, but I don't usually sleep.
Yeah, and it's hard to tell if it was real or not, and where the line was, if there was one.
Not that I'm aware of.
I slept great last night.
How do you normally sleep?
I lay down.
Not the method. to the madness, you can cut to the chase. Do you normally sleep fine?
Yes.
Graves, you said you don't normally dream.
Sometimes I get visions from my patron. However, I stay awake, vigilant. I used to, but not after my death.
9.
I normally have nightmares.
But you slept great last night.
Yes.
I'm not unaccustomed to nightmares myself. They're fairly frequent. But I'd say last night had to have been probably the worst in a while.
You think something's affecting our minds, then? How is this related to Yasin's curse?
Danny, knowing what I know between Yasin and I's stuff, can I piece together anything? Like, what role would I need to make?
Just
like,
tell me what you're thinking. Because I
I
don't think
am-
there is a singular role that you can do that will give you an answer. But if you
it's-
have an idea as a player,
I have an idea as in a player.
Mhm.
English is hard. I have an idea as a player, based off of knowledge given in game. There's no metagaming involved. But I did have my theories and stuff as myself, you know. The fact that we all slept pretty, I wouldn't say pretty much opposite, but like significantly different from normal, with claw marks, the sheep, and Yasin talking about a disease, and Elric is aware of lycanthropy. He knows it exists. I mean, there's werewolves. We've been dealing with them.
Well, 9 mentioned that a long time ago.
Yes, you had. I'm trying to figure out if Yasin may have something to do with like lycanthropy, like werewolf stuff, or like something to do with their disease and the fact that they went and killed a farm animal of all things.
give me a.
I was personally thinking intelligence or wisdom, but
Yeah, just give me a medicine check. It's wisdom based.
medicine.
Don't you just love
Okay.
medicine?
Guidance, if I may. If not, let me know.
Yeah.
16. Every time I just put roll d4, it gives me a 1. So I'm going to put 1d4 next time. So I can get a 4.
Yeah, there you go. And if you put 4d4, you'll probably get a 4.
Hopefully. I have like a ridiculous chance of at least 1.
The timeline for lycanthropy doesn't make sense. For like it to be like what is
So delayed.
What has been afflicting Yazan since essentially since you've known him.
Mhm.
But like, you all did fight werewolves like 2 days ago, and like Esmeralda checked each of you, but maybe she missed something.
And I search you for wounds, even old scars, injuries that didn't necessarily fade with time.
I
I will not harm you. Elric's super serious right now.
Want to go for a walk? You want to go for a walk?
Hey, you
Go
want to go
fetch!
behind the shed, buddy?
Oh no.
Oh, I know,
just,
buddy.
just
I
to see if there's
know.
like a perk
Yeah.
reaction, you know?
You're 16 years old. Your hips basically don't work. Come on, let's go around the shed, buddy.
Yikes.
Oh,
I'm an
yeah.
old yeller.
Yeah,
Get out of here, you stupid animal.
yeah, I'll just get undressed. I'll just get undressed.
I'm going to. I don't care if it takes an hour. I don't care if it takes 2 hours.
Mhm.
Elric is gonna search Yasin thoroughly.
Yeah.
An
The-
hour
stop
for
stripping
that?
to my underwear.
There is the like obvious like puncture like scars on one of like Yazin's shoulder, both like front and back from some sort of animal jaws. And there's a
How
couple
big is it? Sorry, you said from back to what?
but
So,
like
basically,
like
right here.
like over the shoulder. Yeah.
Okay.
Like there's punctures on the like on the like upper chest and on like
Mm-hmm.
the shoulder blade,
On the back shoulder blade
Mhm.
area.
as if something
Yeah.
had gotten him by like the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple
Uh,
other scars and old wounds. Nothing super recent. Well,
There's also like
there are like more recent scars and like stuff that is still somewhat healing.
Yeah. Is there any existing scars that look like they're not healing at the same pace? Like they're taking slower, not because it's necessarily a big wound, because those do take longer time.
Not
But-
really. There's
While
not any
I'm in
wounds that look like newer than a few days.
Okay.
the only other thing, is that he has a split tongue, 2 bad bug bites on his back and right shoulder, another bite mark on the front and back of his right shoulder. That is the main like.
It's big.
Mhm.
Give me. Elric is going to, after finishing inspecting, pull out 2 weapons. One is a regular dagger, and the other is the silver longsword.
Oh, so it's okay if you go poking at Yazin, but if I do it,
There is such a thing called context, my guy.
add context.
And timing is another one.
Yeah, I did it when y'all weren't around.
Yeah.
Wait a goddamn second.
He's not holding them. He's going to pull the dagger out, put it on the bed. He's going to pull the silver weapon out, the silver longsword.
As soon as I see this, I'm gonna pull mine out and be like, "Oh, we're doing this."
No.
No.
I hold him.
Oh.
And I will
Irene is watching you very,
slowly-
very, very closely.
I'm
I
like a
will
disappointed
slowly
dad.
yes, I know she's watching. I will slowly grab the dagger, and in the hand that's not holding it, dagger's in right hand, my left hand will reach out. May I? And Elric will slice his own pointer finger and show that he bleeds. It wasn't aggressive or in an like attacking way.
Just enough to draw blood.
Yes, like a prick.
Uh, he's going to he's gonna give out his hand, but like face down. Just
Oh,
don't
shit.
cut my wrists. Just don't cut my wrists, and don't be like dying and just trying to stab my shoulders or just doing it very aggressively.
It's a poke. I was gonna
I'm just
poke
staring
you.
him down.
gonna poke
Elric
you.
has always generally had like a worn and serious expression on his face.
I hate to
But
rush it. I do gotta leave for work, so.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I will
No,
finish
you're-
up this quick little bit. Once the weapon stuff is done, I'm good to go. I will. So his face is extremely serious, and he'll say, "I've made a promise to not harm you anyway. At least
Or he
aggressively,
dies.
or I die."
I'd kill him.
And I'll even put my holy symbol like on the bed, and I will try to gently slice the fingertip of Yasin with the dagger.
You run the tip of the dagger across his finger, and like it depresses the skin, but it doesn't bleed.
And then I will take the silver longsword and I will cut a different finger on myself to show that I bleed. And then cut a different finger, or attempt to, on Yasin.
As your finger runs across the blade, yes, and you feel it sting.
There's a shop around here that sells silver.
And
Elric,
your finger's bleeding.
yeah.
Golly, a werewolf.
Elric's going to hand the blade to Irina. Promise is a promise. And is going to punch the window.
I'm sorry?
I need to find a shop that sells silver weaponry. Just for, my own. Don't worry about it.
I have two things. I'm going to punch the window, and then I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay.
Sorry?
If
The Kresk is gonna be very confused.
that's fine, I can pay for the
Ooh,
window.
what are you doing?
I'm going to cast Remove Curse.
Let me just make sure there's not a material component.
There's not. It's vocal somatic.
Yeah, but roll 20. Nope. Yep, you're good.
Fair. At your touch, all curses affecting one creature or object end. If it's a magic item based thing, it remains. If the spell breaks, its owner's attunement to the object, such as a magic item, is removed or discarded.
When you touch Yazin, it's like one of you had been walking around in socks all day on carpet, and just the zap.
Yeah, the static electricity.
Yazin, when that shock hits you, like you felt like bad in that kind of stuff, but you were strangely sated. But after this, like, you feel sick, like to the stomach,
Oh, not again.
and because you just ate raw meat, and for a normal person, it's probably not a great thing for you.
but there is something beyond what there's something more there that isn't removed. There's some more intrinsic part of Yasin that remains intact.
Does Elric know this?
It is a sense that Elric gets.
Okay.
And
Am
I
I
mean,
thirsty?
and you like feel that like you're still sick. But now your body is reacting how like you feel it should because of what you put into it.
Mm-hmm.
You're cured of lycanthropy. Hooray.
Hey!
You did it.
I
Now he's
will.
killable again. Oh no.
Oh no.
I'll take the hand that had to touch Yasin to cast a spell, grab him by the shirt collar, pull him extremely close, like noses touching. And I will say extremely, not, I wouldn't say quietly, but like, you know, when someone's about to lose their shit, but is using every bit to not. Like there are veins popping in Elric you've never seen before. And we'll say quietly and calmly, if you're the cause, I will kill you. And throw you on the bed, walk out the room.
Yeah. Irina like is like up in between you and like is like
right now,
pushing you away.
okay, go.
And yeah, that's where we're gonna end
I'm
it.
gonna start crawling on walls.
Just up on the ceiling, just skittering around. Next time we play will be the 25th. So
Okay.
3 weeks. Yeah.
Christmas too.
Christmas too.
Can't wait.
Electric
Can't wait.
Boogaloo. All right.
Yep.